What is good, everybody? Welcome back. I told y'all I would drop another video. I know y'all are like, hold up, Dre, 3 videos in a year? Because, I haven't dropped videos like that. But, yes, we are back on a different wave, a different style. And this series, as I said, it's called Creatives Talk, where creatives, we're going to talk. And we're going to talk about what it's like to be a creative. We're going to talk about how to get out of a creative slump, how to, expand your creative ability, what other creatives are doing in their world, how they kind of transitioned from one thing to another, all that good stuff. So let's just get into it right now. We were with my homie. I'm talking about day one homie. He was there when I started YouTube, homie. Real homie. Eric from, actually, I'm not even going to say where you from. I want you to, basically, I want you to say your name, where you from,
Most definitely.
how we met, all that stuff.
Okay, for sure. What's good, guys? I'm Ericvangogh. I'm an aspiring actor, entertainer, and content creator. I've met Dre through the little vines of YouTube back in, 2016?
It's 2016.
2016. Back in Orlando when I lived there for a few years. But now, your boy's in Sacktown. Pause. Sacramento, California. You know what I'm saying?
Whoa,
Yes, sir.
whoa.
What did he say?
Okay, so you out in Sacramento. How'd you get out there? What brought you out there?
Man.
Wait, hold up. You're from Virginia.
I was born in Pittsburgh. I'm everywhere.
Yeah.
I'm like a nomad, bro. So I was born in Pittsburgh. I grew up in Virginia. So I lived there for 12 years. Then I went down south to Florida, like Braun said. We got to take it down to not South Beach, but to Florida. I lived there for 3 years because I went to college. And then, not going to cap, dropped out twice. I tried it a second time. It just didn't hit for me. And then after I realized that college wasn't for me, I moved to California to pursue my dreams of becoming a content creator and actor.
Okay. Well, there's a couple things there I want to touch on. But I want to touch on, if you don't mind, going back to that college part, because we had a similar experience with the whole college thing.
Right.
It's, as people say, college is not for everybody, and I think that is honestly the case. Now, for you, I want to know, what was it for you that wasn't really your thing while you, and I don't want to say dropped out because that sounds so terrible. It's like a negative connotation. You know what I'm saying? It's like, we ain't drop out. We just went on a different path. I mean,
Right.
I ended up finishing later on, but it was years later that I went and finished on college. But for you, what was it that made college not your thing at the time?
To be honest with you, I've always been a worker, been a grinder. I just feel like college, by the time of me doing all that paperwork, which I wasn't a fan of, I could do something else productive, as in growing myself, growing my brand, growing my net worth, my network. And I feel like college is great for a lot of great things. With that being said, for certain jobs. For me, I was in for business, and I feel like business, it's either you got it or you don't. So for me, I felt like I had it, and I feel like I didn't need college to really become a businessman, because realistically, I'm doing it without college. Everything, it's either your mindset or somewhere you learn, because I don't know, you can't be taught business.
It's like an experience type of thing.
Yeah, you gotta experience it. Like you could get taught, like it's a lot more than just paperwork, because man, realistically, I didn't need all this extra classes. Like, bro, why am I learning about history of like 1912 when I gotta sell something? You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, no, I feel that.
It's a different time.
I feel that. I mean, I was the same at the time. Like, I went to school, college out of high school, and I played soccer, and that's why I wanted to go, because I was like, into the sports. I love playing soccer, all that good stuff. But once the season was over, I was like, what am I doing? Like, I felt like I was in a space with a lot of people that I didn't really connect with at the time. And at the time, I didn't realize it was because of, the creativity aspect of everything, how, like, I think and how I kind of, like, wanted to maneuver and do things. I felt like people were really more structured than I was at the time. Wake up at this time, go to class, do this, do your homework. So I felt like I didn't really connect. I went to school again, and after I was in New York, came back to Maryland, did all that. And it wasn't until
lived it all.
man, and it wasn't until later that I understood about college. But before that, without YouTube, without this entrepreneur world, I wouldn't have gone back to school, because what I realized was I needed to figure out exactly what I wanted to do in my life, then go to school and then study that, rather than just study a broad, aspect on like everything. And then from there, I'm like, what do I want to do? You don't know yet. So that was kind of my aspect as well. But I do feel that in college, it's like, it's really good for people who really know what they want to do and they want to study more on it and expand. But without school, you've done a lot.
Yes, sir.
You've done a lot. And I know you be grinding, and your grind has pushed me to get back to my grind. You know what I'm saying?
I love that, bro. I love it. Welcome
Inspired,
back.
man. I appreciate it. So I want you to explain, like, some of the things you said that, I know you did YouTube. I know you did some acting. I know you're doing something else right now, something really cool. Kind of explain those things for everyone to hear what they are.
Mm-hmm. So I'm not going to lie to you. At the young age of, like, I don't know, in your 20s, you really don't know what you want to do until, like, later on. That's the age where you figure out what you want to do. So I experimented in a lot of different industries. I did music management. I did YouTube. I did acting. I just did a lot of stuff that I loved. But the main thing is I did stuff that I loved. It wasn't anything that I was forced to do. Like, I hear a lot of stories where people are like, oh, my parents forced me to go to school for law or medical field or something that they didn't love. And for me, I at least experimented and tried to see what I can succeed at what I loved. And as you guys can tell, I have a lot of eggs in a lot of different baskets. That's because I don't like to have all my eggs in one basket. Just in case one breaks, I don't have to worry and stress to try to put it all back in, where instead I have another basket where I can just pick up and move on. So with that being said, early on I started YouTube, and I actually was inspired by Dre and K. They're the reason why I started YouTube. Nah, dude, you guys are inspirations, motivations. And the reason why I really want to give them the big ups is because we grew up around the same area, the DMV area. And realistically, I didn't really have any motivation in the creative mindset world that is from there. I was the only person who was doing YouTube in my town. I was the only one who was watching like YouTube videos and all that, like really into that. And when I saw them and realized that we can make it regardless of where we're at, and even if we're at a small town, it showed me like it's possible. Anything is possible. As long as you believe, you can achieve. And I believed, bro. I believed. I was like, hey, man, YouTube could be my thing. I mean, unfortunately, it's not like my main thing, but I still do it as a hobby because I don't do it for the money. I do it because I love it. Well, like another key word is do it because you love it.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm. And then I stepped into music management, where I manage my homies, your boy Nilo and 03. The only thing is, I don't know, it was a lot for me to put someone else ahead of me at the time, just because I'm young, and I got to focus on myself. So it was good to help out my friends, but at one point in time, I got to believe, like, you got to be selfish, because you can't just keep pushing other people without pushing yourself.
Yeah. So no, that's big. I mean, you can't, I always say this, it's like you can't take care of others until you take care of yourself.
Facts.
And if you, for instance, like if you don't have a good mental state, as in like you're comfortable with who you are and what you're doing in life, and everything is stable around you, there's no way that you can bring stability to others. So it's like,
right.
What you did was, it does make sense, especially at a young age where you're still trying to figure out yourself. You're still trying to figure out, things that work for you and how you operate. It is important to kind of focus on yourself and figure that all out.
Facts. Which, I mean, it went back to, going back to me, I started streaming. It was great. I love streaming. I love playing games. But at a certain point, I'm just like, man, because I streamed. And in 5 months, I got over 1,000 followers. I joined a gaming org under Juju Smith-Schuster. And I was a content creator under them. But at one point, I'm just like, man, do I want to do this forever? Do I want to stay in my room and just play games? And, it's fun communicating to people online, but it also gets depressing because I'm like, I want to go outside. I'm a people's person. I want to connect with other people IRL. I don't want to just be stuck in playing games, and I don't want to be forced on a schedule. It's also not fun when something that you love turns into a chore And I feel like playing games turned into a chore.
Bro, I literally had that conversation at work today. Like, a lot of my coworkers, they knew I did YouTube, and they, a lot of I work at the college, and like the students are like, oh my gosh, like Dre, and then, but they're like, dude, why did you stop doing something that people dream of doing? And you were, I started at a time where there weren't as many YouTubers and creators on social media as there are now. So, it was a different space, and we did a lot of crazy stuff traveling around the world. Man, it was crazy. And I always told, stories, not all the stories, because some of the stories, what I'm saying, look crazy. But like, most of the stories, and they're like, how'd you give that up? And I was like, what's crazy is that I love playing video games. But once it turned into a job where I was like having to create every day, not for the love, but for the
content.
Money. Yeah, and like the content and the money, because I like, I got bills to pay and I got things to do. That's when I was like, all right, like it started getting to the place where I was like, man. I loved playing video games with my boys because it was fun. Like that's what we did. We played video games all night. Like I beat you in 2K. Guess what? We running it again. We gonna run it 10 games in a row, like for fun. But once I had to do it because I had to like pay bills, and like it got stressful because I had to look at my views and I had to get certain numbers. It just wasn't the same.
Numbers is another thing that it's just like, it's so draining. As much as you don't want to worry about it, it's like at the end of the day, that's what pays you. So when you see your numbers going down, it's very discouraging, and you're just like, damn, bro. At first, I was having fun and I was making money, and now that this is my job and I'm not having fun and I'm not making as much money, I'm just like, what's the joy in it? You know what I'm saying? I'm making all right money, but I'm not growing in money, and then I'm also not growing in happiness. So it's funny because you said that you started back then. All in my head, I'm like, yo, OG, hey, Unc, what's good? Hey, Unc, what's up, bro?
Chill. I be getting those jokes all
the OG of it.
Man, it's been a long time. It's been a while, man, since those days. It was fun days, though, man. I'll always remember that.
Thankfully, I got a chance to meet you through it. And,
hell yeah.
And, bro, you inspired thousands, bro.
I appreciate that,
man. You inspired so many people, man.
I appreciate
You motivated us. Bro, I was watching this, man. As a kid, I just remember seeing him as on Anto's video as Kevin Durant, and I always thought that shit was hella funny. So I always watched him, and now it's like, bro, this is my brother. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man.
So it's a positive thing, because it's like, as long as you work hard and as long as you thrive, you can be up there with your idols. So
of course, exactly.
It's amazing to witness.
Of course. I mean, that's, it's what it's all about. It's like that hard work, that drive. Now, we'll kind of transition into like the creativity part. And for you, you're still doing YouTube. I'm back on YouTube now and creating these videos, and it feels really good. But for you, like, what drives your creativity? Like, what sparks that for you? What do you do in the morning? What do you do during the day, at night? Like, what do you do or what do you feel? Do you listen to music? Do you go for a walk outside? You go to the gym? Like, what is it that you do to, kind of spark your creativity?
So for me, even though I'm not gonna lie, I don't make revenue off of YouTube. But the reason why I continue it is because I'm a very nostalgic person. I like to look back at what I did, and I also like to have videos to go with my stories. I don't know. I'm not gonna lie. I live a very non-capped, or I lived a very capped, non-capped life. Like, all my story sounds capped, because it's just like, bro, what? How? Like, what?
I was like, hold up, cap. And I was like, oh yeah, that's like, the new kids be saying that now.
See, cap. Look, Unc gotta learn these. Unc gotta learn. I live a very capped, non-capped life, where it's like, all my stories, it sounds like it's capped, but it's real, because I have video footage behind it all. And I like telling these stories because it's like, I want to let people know, if I can do it, you can do it. With that being said, it's like meeting Dre and Kay. They're my best friends now, you know what I'm saying? It's like, people are like, oh, I grew up watching them. That's Cat, that's your boy. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know how when you go to school, there's always like, oh, my uncle's my uncle's this person. Shit.
My uncle like, Kevin Durant. No, he not.
Right. You're Kevin Durant. But now it's like, I got video proof, and it's like, I'm not gonna lie, I have a great memory, but I also have a very short-term memory. So I don't remember a lot of certain things, like key moments that I wish I could always remember. So that's why I have these videos, and I record everything so I can have these memories forever.
True.
And the way that my creative mindset is, I do it because I love it. I don't do it because it's a job anymore. I literally enjoy making videos. I enjoy reliving my moments, and I love sharing my stories so people can also live vicariously either through me or can find that way as a guide to live their life.
True. And you got this saying you always be saying. What is it, bro?
Bro, it's live beyond life. Bro.
Wait, let's show the camera. Live beyond life.
Live beyond life. So it's a motto that I made up a few years ago. I don't know. I wanted something to define me and brand myself as that person. And for me, I love exploring. I love traveling. I love doing the expectation. I love being out of the box. I love living beyond life. I love living beyond the 9 to 5 expectations and living beyond of doing this job because it's a job and not because I love it. So I created this motto, live beyond life. It's because, bro, live beyond your expectations, live beyond your measures, and live beyond anything you can envision. You know what I'm saying? Do what you love and love what you do. So live beyond life.
Big facts. Big facts. I mean, I think at the end of the day, that's what life's all about. It's kind of like, for instance, like, people always say, "Oh, Dre, you know, you're a happy guy, man. You're always so happy, and you know, like you don't ever seem to be upset." And I'm like, you know, I do get upset sometimes, but not really. But when for instance, when I feel that feeling of like being maybe not upset, but you know, maybe being a little bit down, if that ever really happens, like I know it makes me happy. You know, I listen to the same songs that make me happy. Like,
Right.
I love, you know, I live where I live because I like the vibe and I like with the energy that it brings me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I do things purposely and forcefully in my life. Like, I make a choice of doing things I know are gonna, you know, put me in situations to be happy because I want to be happy. Like, I want to be in a space where I'm always thriving. I feel creative. I feel happy. All those things. So I do think it's important, as well as like as you do move forward in life, it's about being positive on purpose. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's about being like happy on purpose. So it's a choice I think people can make, and I think it's one that we all should make. So with that being said, we're talking about being happy and all that and being creative and having all these ideas. When you are in a creative slump, for instance, you know, what do you do to kind of get out of that?
Bro, a creative slump, it's inevitable. A lot of people, damn near everybody gets into a creative slump. What I do, you got to take a break. You got to have a breather. You got to go out and
Wait, say that one more time, bro. Say that one more time.
Bro, please take a break. Take a breather. Think. Actually, relax your mind. Don't even think at the moment. Just do what you got to do.
What does that mean, though? Relax your mind. Like what? Like what?
Just so travel. Go hang out with your friends. Go play some video games and stop stressing. You know what I'm saying? So with you saying like the positive mindset, that's phenomenal, right? Another thing that I go by is be grateful for what you have and
big facts.
Just big facts. There's a saying that there's a saying that I go by that a lot of people don't really think about. There's 3 different people in the world. There's those who are glass half full, glass half empty.
Okay.
Or those are the glass is half empty. So it's like half full, half empty, and then there's the one, right? let me rephrase that. All right.
Yeah, okay. Here we go.
So there's 3 people. Okay. There's a glass half full.
Okay.
And then you have the glass half empty.
Okay.
Right. So those are the negative people. Like, bro, my glass is almost out. These are the people who are like, bro, at least I have some left.
Facts.
Where there's a third person who's grateful to even have the glass.
Man.
You know what I'm saying? So, yes, I don't have the water half empty or half, like, up there, but at least I have a chance to go get that water myself. You know what I'm saying?
Damn,
so,
that's real.
Just be grateful for what you have and don't be... Because everyone's on different paths. So, that's another thing where people get creative slumps just because they're discouraged, because they see someone else that they see that is doing great. Realize that your journey is not the same as anybody else's, like everyone else's journey. Your journey is one of one, and don't compare yourself to other people because, like, bro, as an actor, I'm over here at 27 years old, and I'm like, dang, man, I see people at 18 years old getting these gigs. There's people 27 getting gigs, but then there's also people like Ken Jeong, who was 42, who got his first gig. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, Now look at him. He's a successful actor, and he didn't get it till later on. So everybody works at their own time. Don't give up, and don't be discouraged, and just give yourself a break. Let yourself rest and just enjoy the moment, enjoy life, and just be grateful for what you have, because there's some people who wish they were in your shoes, and I know you wish you were in someone else's shoes, but
come on, man. Look, like, damn, you hit every nail on the head, man. I think that, or to kind of expand on what you say, is like, sometimes you look around and you see people with a nicer car, or like they live in a nice place, or they have this job that you want and things like that. But at the same time, you're not realizing that there are things that you have that other person wants as well. You know what I'm saying? So with that being the situation, I always say it's like, think about you, man. Think about what you have. Worry about
yourself.
Yeah. Think about what you have. Be grateful for what you have. You're one-on-one. We're all one-on-one. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not the only Andre Anderson, because apparently on this show, Gen V or whatever they call, what's the show called? Gen Z?
Gen V?
Gen one of them. One of them gens on TV. They apparently have a dude named Andre Anderson, and he's a black dude, just like me.
Hey, they cast it off of you, bro.
They must have casted it off of me, man. But, like, you know, there's people with the same name as you, but there's no one just like you. And I think that's the special part about it. Once people can really understand that and realize that, you're going to realize how special you are. Right. People are going to want to accept you for you. And that's when people are really going to lock in with you. Now, not everyone's going to be, you know, like you for you. That's just the reality of it.
Right.
But those people, it's cool. Like, send them to the side. Don't even worry about them for real, because
with that being said, to go off of what you just said, at that point, avoid all the negativity. I know it's a lot of work to avoid the negativity, because it's gonna concern you. But at the end of the day, you're gonna want to prove your supporters right. That's a big thing to me. It's like, I want to prove my supporters right, and not really prove my doubters wrong, because, bro, why am I putting my energy against people who are against me? You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna work towards the people who are on my side and surround myself with a winning circle, so I can also be in that winning circle as well. So with that being said, prove your supporters right. I mean, hey, it's good. It's good gas to prove your doubters wrong, but, like, don't make that your main objective. Make your main objective is prove your supporters right, because your mom, your dad, everyone who put a lot of work into supporting you, realize they're there to help you, and you're not giving them enough credit if you're just over here trying to prove the doubters wrong. Because it's like, what about the people who are working hard for the right purposes?
I like that. That's very true. All right, so couple questions for you before we wrap this up. I know you probably a busy man, and I got an early bedtime. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta
I know I'm getting sleepy right now without the melatonin.
All right, so so the world nowadays is kind of transitioned to a place where there's a lot of creative people, or I would say people were always creative, but now there are more platforms for people to showcase their creativity, right?
Right.
So with that, this is the phrase of the day. But that being the case, I want to kind of ask you, like, with social media, with the entrepreneur world, the business world being a place with so many people, like, there's so many fish and sharks in the water, right, in the ocean. Jumping into a place like that can be scary. Now, what can be scary is being, maybe criticized in the comments, or for people around you, your peers, on trying to, create content. Oh, your stuff sucks. Oh, it's terrible. Right. Why are you trying to do that? You're trying to be famous. You're trying to copy people. All these things, right? How do you kind of navigate the world of being a social media influencer, content creator, an entrepreneur, a business person, and kind of overcome that fear of, having all those negative people saying negative things to you?
So for me, I've had that. I'm not gonna lie to you. I've had that, but my mindset was, I'm gonna be great regardless. And the next thing is, that's a view. You gotta look at it as a great thing. Hey, you watch my stuff? Thank you. That's a view.
Big
With a comment, hey, more conversations in the comments. That's more engagement, which is gonna bring more to the algorithm. So realistically, hey, you can hate on my work, but I'm doing it. You know what I'm saying? I'm doing it. I'm trying. And I'm just going to learn and be better than what I was from when I first started. So you can't grow unless you start. So With that being said, like the millionth and second time, I'm gonna do it, and you can hate on it, and I'm gonna take it as criticism, but I'm gonna learn from it. Maybe you're right. Maybe I can do something differently. Maybe I won't do this in the next video. Hey, I'm gonna make that joint better, so you can even hate on that. Yep. I'm gonna keep making it better, where you're just like, damn. It's gonna get to the point where they're jealous and envious. They're like, damn, my words didn't hurt them. Damn, they're thriving, regardless. Mm-hmm. Damn, it is what it is, man. Just do what you love, man. Ignore all these haters because, hey, they can. I'm gonna keep it PG, but hey, just know, just know they're peanut butter and jealous, and they drinking that haterade. You feel me?
Peanut butter and jealous. Dang, that's what the young kids be saying nowadays. Damn.
Yeah. And at the end of the day, they just peanut butter and.
Yeah, no, I mean, no, big facts though. Big facts. It's like, who cares? My thing is who cares, man? Like,
facts.
It doesn't. People can say whatever in the comment section of your video, or they can say, "Oh, this is stupid." It's like, okay, like, okay,
right.
Yeah, who cares? It doesn't matter. It's behind the screen. It's on the internet, man. I don't know. I just don't think. To me, at least, I never really cared what people said because I'm like, well, I'm me, and I'm gonna do me,
right?
And I'm gonna do what makes me happy. And if you hate on me doing something that makes me happy, then you just a hater, bro.
Yeah, that sucks.
At the end of the day, yeah, that sucks. Because at the end of the day,
on you, doesn't suck for me. You know what I'm saying?
For you, exactly. Because at the end of the day, you're supposed to just, for one, you're supposed to do what makes you happy. But I'm also at a place in my life, especially now. I've always kind of been at this place, but even more now. Like, I just want to help people, and I just want to kind of, for instance, like we're doing right now. Like, I think this is a great opportunity for me to, connect with people and talk to my homies about things that, we all went through and kind of how they got there, and a kind of a place for people to, showcase and talk about their life and what they're doing. And you can shout out your social media handles, you know what I'm saying? We do all, yeah, but I think it's really cool spot, space for people, for us to talk about, what it's like to be a creator and all of the negative and positive things that we,
let me do one more thing for the negativity.
I'm
not gonna lie to you.
Go ahead.
Hey, I'm not gonna lie. Like I said in the beginning, I had a lot of hate just because they thought it was sweet. But to me, it's like I love these trolls because one thing you gotta do is learn how to roast. So it's like I love roasting these trolls, bro. Like I had this one dude hating, and I'm just like, the thing that hurts them the most is calling them by their first government name. I'm just like, Charles, how are you 35 years old? Still watching my videos and still hating.
Damn.
Charles, go get a job, go get a house, and go get a family. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what are you doing here?
Damn.
You looking like a whole speed bump, still talking trash on social media. You know what I'm saying? Go out and get a hobby. Like, what are you doing? I'm doing a hobby. I'm doing what I love. You hating on it? Sucks to suck. Sucks to be you. That's why you balding at like 35. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, this seems real. This seems real personal. You really thinking about this is a personal moment right here.
Hey, it is a personal moment, but it's like it's funny to troll the trolls back because they think it's sweet. So coming from a guy who like can talk the talk and back up my talk, like I'm glad that they're gonna talk the negativity because I'm gonna get answer right back. You know what I'm saying?
True.
So
yeah, I mean that's one way to do it. That is one way to do it. I'm more of the person that like.
He ignores it. I respect it.
I don't even care, man. If someone's like, "Oh, you suck," I'm like, okay, like, sure,
all right,
yeah, like, I don't think that, so like, must not be the case. Now, I'm not saying I'm the greatest person ever, but I'm like,
I'm not trash.
Yeah, like, I suck because I made a video. Like, that makes no sense to me. So, I just ignore it, and I think it's kind of funny. I'm like, all right, well, on to the next.
Let's keep striving.
Yeah. So but I respect it. Big respect right there. So, a couple more things for you. One is talk about like where you started, not necessarily how, but where you started in your creativity world, and then where you are right now, what you're doing, and kind of explain what you're doing right now because it's actually super dope.
All right, so I feel like you guys heard a lot of stories about where I started. So let me take you to the journey where I'm at now. With that being said, for the millionth and third time,
and 10 time.
Hey, I'm checking it down. But so for acting, I started on 13 Reasons Why. I don't know, I've always looked online. Google is the best place to find anything. I Googled casting calls near yada, yada, yada. At the time, I was near San Francisco. So San Francisco. Boom. 13 Reasons Why is holding auditions for football players.
Wait, so it was that easy? So if I'm, for instance, listening to this and I want to get in acting, you're telling me I could go on Google and just type in, like, how to get an acting role, and then things will be. I can search that way. Well, yeah, I mean,
to an extent,
it's a little more than that, but that's like a way that I can kind of get into that. If that was going to be the case. Okay.
It's definitely Google. So I looked at it and I saw this article, and it said, "Oh, they're looking for football players. Email here." And for me, I'm just like, it seems fake. But my thing is, try it. You know what I'm saying? Like, it seems fake, but try it. You never know. So
okay, but how do I, for instance, weed out the ones that are like, oh no, this is not, like, how did you?
I'm not gonna
see
lie.
That one, and
I
like,
hit up
okay,
everything.
This is.
I hit up.
You hit up everything.
Well, to me, it's like you gotta look stuff up as well. I'm like, is 13 Reasons Why like really filmed out here? If it's like,
yeah, that's true. That's true.
Like, hey, it's 13 Reasons Why filmed in Australia, but I'm looking up casting calls in San Francisco, and it says, oh, we're randomly here. I'm like, hold on. Unless there's a news article that says they're start filming in San Francisco. So I looked all that up. I'm not gonna lie. It took a few hours, looked it up, applied at like 3 in the morning. 3 in the morning, just randomly, like, oh, I'm gonna try this out. Went to bed. I wake up, I get a call, and they're like, hey, we would like for you to audition for this, yada, yada, yada. Come out and try out. Bro, I'm not gonna cap to you. I played football in high school. I played football for a few years.
Okay.
Going there. Every dude is like Brock Lesnar, bro. I'm like, this man's 6'5". This man's 7 foot. This man 6'8" with like 320. And I'm over here. They're like in a lineup, bro. They asking everybody, oh, what's your football experience? Oh, I played 1 year with the Atlanta Falcons. Oh, I played D1 with Virginia Tech. Oh, I did this, I did that. I'm like, I played varsity in high school. You know what I'm saying? like I was like, I'm toast, bro. I'm toast. Man, they're running routes like they in the league for real. We actually doing football drills. I'm like, I didn't bring cleats. I thought we was, bro, what? Like, we actually like trying. Like, this is, I thought this was for acting.
But you never gave up, man.
I ain't give up because at the end of the day, not gonna cap to you, the guy came up to me, he was like, all right, we love your looks, so we feel like you'd be better off to be in a student role, which is great because I'm not gonna lie to you, the student role actually got screen time. The football role only got 1 day of filming or 2 days of filming, and you don't see their face or anything, and they don't get paid that much. So they're like, we love your look, we love everything like about you. So they reached out to me personally and hit me up, and then that was for season 3. And then season 4, they're like, oh, we want you casted. We want you for the whole season as a student because realistically, at a school, you're going to want to have the same kids because how's their new foreign kids every day when they need the same faces. So luckily, I got that chance because, I mean, if I didn't try and go out to the football trial and for them to see my face, I wouldn't have got that opportunity. But yeah, like, bro, I'm not going against OBJ, bro. Like, what are we doing? I'm an Asian American. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, you could be Asian American playing football, just not me. You know what I'm saying? Not a professional level. That's why I'm doing what I'm doing now. But so I started acting off of that, and because I was on 13 Reasons Why, you're kind of like a legacy. Like if you worked on that show because it was so popular up here, and they were trying to make the northern LA. So since I worked on that show, they knew me, and they would reach out to me for other opportunities, other gigs. So because of a Google search, I got chances to be on a bunch of different commercials, TV shows, movies, and it's because I tried. But
true.
But then there's a strike that happened earlier this year, and we hadn't acted all year. So I went on a new venture, and I was like, hey, man, I can't just sit here not just waiting for the next acting opportunity. I don't know. I'm very fidgety. Like, I like to move up.
You just like to keep on going. Like you said,
like,
you're not all the eggs in one basket. Not all the eggs in one basket.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I can't hold for this, so I got this job, or actually I got vouched for. Shout out to my boy Blendy, my old manager Blendy. He vouched for me and got me an opportunity to get an interview with this sports media agency. And because I started my own sports media page, which is called The Athlete's Plug, where we talk about all the positivities in sports and feel good stories. So we ignore all the negativity, like all the bad stuff. So I started that in February, and actually, hey man, last month I started the Instagram page and the Facebook page, and in a month we went from 14 followers on Facebook, and today we just hit 8,000.
Wow.
And on Instagram we had 100 followers a month ago, and now we're at 4.7 thousand followers.
What about Twitter? You're on Twitter, right?
Twitter. We're on Twitter. We've got on. We just hit 2,000 followers. We got on a lot of articles like Sports Illustrated, on Yahoo, on AOL. We got on Kansas Star. We got like a bunch of different like websites. Because we like to spread positive news. Because most media pages love to spread the negativity and all the, this athlete got injured. And I'm like, bro, let's talk about what happened with the good athletes and what they did. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's talk about their good stats. But the sports media agency saw that I was doing that, and they realized, man, he's doing numbers on a small page. Imagine if he's with us with a bigger role. And now we are on there, thriving. I got 2 clients, Footballville Nation and Knucklehead, and we started from on Footballville. I started at 180,000. We just hit 231,000 yesterday, and then on Knucklehead, that started last month. We went from ground zero, like 0 followers, and now we just hit 4.5K. So we're striving, bro. We're pushing and striving, and honestly, it's just because I'm doing what I love, and I have fun doing this, and I just love seeing my numbers grow and thrive. So yeah,
that's what I'm doing. That's what's up. So I think the overall, the general idea of everything we talked about, from how you got started, what drives you when maybe you're down, what drives your creativity, what do you like to do, what should you do in life. It all comes down to literally a couple of things. Like, I think it comes down to having fun, because at the end of the day, it's a long life to live, man. We have many years. As I'm 30 years old, but I'm not even half the age of my father yet. And my dad be having fun. So I'm like, if he's still having fun at his age, that means I need to find something that I can have fun all the way up until how old he is. And he still has years left. My dad be going to the gym, doing his thing. Healthy man. He's a real cool guy. So I'm like, damn, I need to find something that's going to drive me and have fun. Find a positive outlet. And the main thing that I hear you say a lot is find something that I love. Do you have any closing remarks? You know what I'm saying? Like, but that sounds like a closing remark right there.
Hey, I jumped the case.
You jumped the gun. All right, so we'll end it right there. I want to say I appreciate you once again. Episode number 1. You really got me inspired right now. This is a lot of fun.
Number 1 with the fun. You already know.
That
jumping the
right
gun.
There. Yeah, jumping the gun. Number 1.
That boy getting a lot of love, getting a ton. You feel me?
Yeah, okay.
Hey.
I feel that. But we'll definitely come to a part 2. I want you guys if you made it this far in the video, comment down below part 2, what you want to see, what you want to hear. Like, what other things do you want to hear us talk about? Do you want to know more about Eric's experience and how he got there, what he did? Just in case you want to follow that same path, or you have any questions about, what you're doing in your life and how you can maybe get to the next level, comment that down below. And we can get that, with Ericvangogh part 2. But we'll end it just like this. One more time. I want you to, show your saying in the back, and we're gonna end it with you saying the saying, showing the saying. And what is life about, man?
Man, life is about living beyond life. Ericvangogh, and I'm out. Whoop.
Appreciate you, bro, and I appreciate all y'all watching. Stay tuned. Way more coming soon.
Wait. Comment on who y'all want to see next.
Oh yeah, comment who you want to see next.
It's not just gonna be me. It's not gonna.
No.
Hey, Dre's gonna have more guests, but you guys gotta say who y'all want to see.
Yeah,
we'll make it happen.
Comment down below. I got a list of homies right now that are other creators, entrepreneurs, business people in the 9-to-5 world that are very creative as well. How they kind of navigate through that life. I'm gonna get some athletes on here as well who are professional athletes that also have maybe a podcast on the side, or they do creative things, entrepreneurship, philanthropy, and just talk to them about their stories and what they do to help them through life and how they got there. All that. This is about basically helping y'all. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is about, because I never really, when I got to YouTube world, I didn't really have anybody to kind of help me navigate what to do next or like how to improve, because there was nobody I really watched, or like, you know, I had my parents, my mom, my dad and stuff, but like they didn't really know either, because they never did it either. You know, that social media was it's new. So they didn't know how to navigate that world either. So maybe, you know, listening and talking with, or listening to other creators talk about how they got to where they are and what they're doing now can really inspire and kind of show the way and pave the way for you to, you know, you listening to kind of get to where you want to be in life. So that's kind of how and why I created this, and kind of want to I want to help people, man. I want people to be like, damn, Eureka, I figured it out. You feel me?
Yeah, you never know. You might find what you love while watching these videos, because,
hey, that'll be awesome.
Like I said, in the 20s, I didn't know what I wanted to do until later on.
Same. But, I mean, I appreciate you, though, man. I appreciate y'all watching. Take care. See y'all soon. And we are
out.
Wow.